everyone, new song out from the Zenith passage. I just saw them a couple days in Philadelphia and they were awesome. This song is called Fleshbound Reliquary. Just a little disclaimer, I'm going to go through this intro riff here. They are very hard to transcribe because of the way that Justin McKinney writes riffs. Not that there's anything wrong with that, he's an extremely good riff writer, but because they play in a drop tuning, but they chug on, you would have your standard, like, barring, right? You bar a shape and that's the first, the fifth, and the octave. This is popular to chug on this type of shape, but then they'll also do it in fourths. So you have first, fourth, octave. And so sometimes it's difficult to differentiate between. They're very similar sounding, especially in the mix. Really, really cool riff writing. I love how he writes his stuff. But because of that, I'm not entirely sure if I got this right. So I'm going to say probably 80% at least accuracy on this. I feel pretty good about it, but only time will tell. I'm sure someone will come out with a video proving me wrong. So in the meantime, this is how I think it's played. I'm using my ear to figure this out, and I'm also using a couple live videos of performances that they've had recently where I'm trying to watch what he's doing. So, take this with a grain of salt, but yeah, let's get into it. Okay, we're starting in 2nd fret. I'm in drop C. I'm starting on the 2nd fret with a regular bar chord. Just chug that, let the palm mute ring a little. And this is 1st fret A, 2nd fret D. And we have 3, 2, regular chugs. Then I'm playing 1/1 on the A and the D. Just like first one. And then there's nothing in between there, just 2 really quick bursts. Then I have 4 16th notes on the 3 of the D string here. And then 2 1 0 open, like regular chugs. So let's go again. Up to that double 1 again. Ones, open, and then finishing on a chug here. This is a 4th. This is not the same as the regular shape. We're playing 3 on the bottom, 1 on the A. And this is what I'm talking about, the difference between regular chug, we'll call it, and a 4th chug. That's this shape, and the regular one is just barring. So we end on that 4th one right there. And then we repeat. And now we'll get into part B. So let's call that part A, and part B is like the first filler of the outro of the riff. Sliding 4 to 5 on the G, open, and then 3 6 on the D. 5 3 6, which could be chords. I'm not quite sure in the mix, but it's 5 tremolo. Chug on 3, bounce on 3 again. And then we repeat the riff. We go back to part A. The only difference between the first A and the second A is that the second repeat, we start on this 4th shape, 1 on the A, 3 underneath it, instead of starting on the 2. So that whole first part, A, B, looks like this. Then we go again. Then we'll call this part C here. This is 5 to 6 and sliding back on the D. 6 3, back to 5, and then chug underneath on 5 before we go to 6. So slowly. I have 4 quick notes on the 3rd fret. 2 is kind of open because I'm going to slide it up to 6. So that whole part. I'm going to grab 6 on the D, slide to 8 and 9, and this is 6, 8, 9, 7, 7 on the A, 9 below. Then I'm reaching all the way up to the G string, fret 8. And this is 8, 9, 6. I'm going to finish on this chord here, which is 5, 5, 8. And then open strings. So that second part, part C, we begin again, part A, chugging on that second fret. So that's the whole thing. Let me play it slowly for you. Just a couple notes. For part B, part C, the kind of filler parts of the riff, because of the way that they write riffs, the fingering is really important. Usually I just say kind of figure out what works for you and what's comfortable. A lot of these riffs you can't really play unless you choose the proper fingering. This is a great example of that. So in the first part, if I assign each of my fingers to one fret, like index finger is responsible for 3, middle for 4, ring for 5, and then pinky for 6. So if I just kind of keep them there, all of the notes that appear on those frets, I should use that finger to play. The only exception is the slide. After that, like notice how each note falls directly on the finger responsible for that fret. I used to kind of move my hand a lot when I was learning riffs like this, and it's extremely inefficient. So I think whether he does this intentionally or naturally, he's kind of looking for the path of least resistance, the most efficient way to play a lot of notes, given the place that you're at. There's a little jump there to restart the riff. Another example of this is part C, the ending part of this riff. Just think about which finger is corresponding to which fret and try to leave it there, again with the exception of the slide. This part a little messy, but we can kind of see when the riff is taking place in between frets 3 and 6, you can almost certainly rely on your hand to stay there and just pick which notes based on the finger that corresponds to it. So just a little tip for that. Okay, good luck. This riff is really hard and fast, but they all are because this band is insane. I don't claim this to be perfectly accurate, just trying my best. So I would love to see you guys come out with a closer, more accurate cover or a more full cover. There's a lot of cool riffs in this song. Can't wait to dive into it more. Yeah, good luck. See you later.